Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Starcom Nexus. In the last episode, we began playing the game. Jared Hiltman acquired his first delivery job, or mission as he wanted to call it, from a friendly Terran spaceport. And delivering the pottery, minerals, and water to Kite Station was his first task. He stopped by to shoot up some asteroids first before he did so, and then a mysterious rift appeared in space, pulled him and his vessel through it, and we found ourselves cast through outer space into a different galaxy, which is where we find ourselves now. Apparently Kite Station was also ripped through that tear, and this area is populated by completely different species, which we have never seen before. Thankfully, the translator system is able to, well, translate the language, and we were immediately put under suspicion for appearing just as this new race, the Chai-Tech's science station, had come under attack. Blaming us for the destruction of their station, even though we had a very small frigate with no significant firepower, we came under attack by that race of what looks like ants. And we're able to make it to Kite Station, thankfully not too far away. We are the only space-capable vessel. I'm not quite sure why they're not going to be able to build more of them, but they're not. It's up to us to do all the exploring in this new galaxy. We've discovered that these Nexus rifts, I don't know what they're called, I forget what they're called, are able to jump us through space to other sections of space, saving us quite a bit of time. But that time, I should probably point out, before we take the next jump, is accelerated. These warp nodes let you quickly Time would have elapsed at the same rate, I think, as if we had traveled normally through space, possibly even faster, if depending upon how much thrust or engine speed you have. We'll cover it briefly when we get to this next warp point. But we are now outfitted with a exploration module, which has a lander on it, which allows us to explore planets. The scanners on our ship will detect anything of interest that is on that planet, in particular, things that we can use for resources or acquire technology for. We've spent some upgrades so far, technology, helping to increase the accuracy and damage of our weapons. Okay, hold on. So, watch the time here. Notice how quickly time accelerated. 2 hours and 45 minutes elapsed. Oh, we have 2 more scouts here. Let's see how well our new generator lets us fare against these. Very good. Oh, we have a frigate. We learned that this is armed with some sort of missile launcher. Or could be. I can take this thing apart. Nice. Good work, Tim. We're smoking, though. When sections are on fire, they will operate less efficiently than if they were not. What that means to us is that if we fire slowly... Oh, wow, there's quite a few scouts here, and that scout's actually much faster than us. We can't catch it. Now we are being set aflame by the scouts. Get this one destroyed too. Good job. That scout, I guess it might repair itself. Will come back for us if it gets the chance to do so. Yep, it's coming back. We can see it closing in on us. So we'll deal with it, and we'll talk more about what we discovered so far. Oh, nope, it's running away again. Interesting. It's keeping some distance from us. Let's get this freighter then, and hopefully it's carrying some goods that we can acquire. Since we're at basically full war, with this race. We might as well destroy their cargo. We can put it to good use. Oh, I just heard something teleport in. We've got 2 more scouts and another frigate that warped in behind us. If we want to fight these, we're going to want to target the frigate first. Let's see if we can get around it here. Oh, it's a destroyer. Never mind. These are destroyers. This might be our first destroyer then. Destroyers are heavily armed and armored. Let's scare away this damaged scout first. Oop, the destroyer now is turned around to get us. On hard mode, destroyers were not armed with any missile weapons. Oh yeah, there's quite a few lasers on that. Let's get some distance. We'll take this scout out though, while I see you here. Another scout. Let's see if we can drag that scout up here to this planet with us. I think we've already scanned. Yeah, we've already scanned everything in this system. The only reason... So, I decided to take the normal warp nodes, opposed to the one that lets us jump to specific nodes, because I was hoping to do a few battles on the way. Enemies respawn over time in certain locations, and this will give us a chance to get some more loot from them. Although it looks like this destroyer might be a little bit too much for us. We also lost a crew member. Just in case you guys are curious, we are up to $3 so far in the donation jar. Oh, I don't really want to have to slug it out with a destroyer, but we're gonna. Okay, actually, it looks like we did decent damage to it. Wow. So having played the game for 40 hours really helps me when it comes to guessing where my plasma is going to end up going. Want that as well. Nice! Is that it? Woo! We did it! Alright! Destroyer eliminated, a bunch of scouts eliminated, we got a frigate as well. What else occurred last episode that I can think of? We found a strange device on a planet's surface, which allows us to utilize these, well, I don't know what to call them. Created warp gates that lets us jump between other created warp gates. There's one which has appeared or was always close to Kite Station in this arm of the galaxy, or this other galaxy altogether. And so, we were able to get back there quickly whenever we wish. We've met another intelligent race on one of these planets of some quadrupeds, and they shared with us a story, if I recall correctly. Let's read that again, if only because I know what they're talking about now, and I wish I had remembered that earlier. So, you can see whatever occurred on planets by going to anomaly surveys, and we can read about, oop, not the derelict, was it this one? 2 blue-eyed sisters and their little brother swam in a line in a sunset sea. The little brother kept a dark secret in the green stone water. The fisherman came and tried to coax the secret out of him, but learned too late that the green water must not run. They sailed away too late and wrecked their skiff on our shores, lest the green water pollute the whole ocean. When the fisherman came, we will tell them this story. A sunset shore. Purple can be the color of clouds at a sunset, and this looked like 2 blue-eyed sisters. If there's a green planet or something around or between them, that might be a hint that something is there that we might not want to interact with. Any case, I hope you guys are liking the game. I still don't have an outline written down, so I'm going to have to wing it today. So I plan to try to chat about space games with you guys. It's a category of games that I've always loved, but haven't really played very much. Hold on. We have some new planets to explore first, so let's take a look at this one. A C-class gas giant. I love the coloring of this one. Reminds me of one of those sugar pops I used to eat like 3 years ago. Looks like this would be blue raspberry. Let's see what blue raspberry has on it. Nothing. Nothing. It's unhealthy for us. We shouldn't be eating blue raspberry sugar pops. Those are just too terrible. I love space games. I love the idea of traveling in space. I've always enjoyed playing the handful of, I don't know what you're even called, space flight simulators, I guess is a proper word to call them, but I've played them so very little, and I own so few of them. Tachyon the Fringe is one that I've played for some substantial amount of time, but it was decades ago, and I never completed it, or if there was a plot twist, I never got to it. I think Bruce Campbell was the main voice actor in it, but I love the idea of like flying a spaceship in space and using an actual HOTUS, I think is what it's called, and a thrust is great, and I have over there on my shelf a HOTUS and thrust, but I've never used them. Actually, I just gave away a Thrustmaster, Logitech Thrustmaster joystick to a friend of mine at work. Oh my god! There's a ship! There's a ship! Let's talk with the ship. Hello. On behalf of the Saurid Republic, we bid you greetings. Who are you, and what are your intentions? We are human representatives of Starcom, and we come in peace. We do not know of the Starcom Collective, but accept your intentions of peace. How is it we have not encountered your kind before? We were transported to this region by a rift in space. Interesting. We have warp nexuses here that can be used to travel great distances, but what you describe is unknown to us. We would speak with you further, but we are on a search and rescue mission for one of our supply vessels, which is not reported in. And good luck with your search. This would hint that vessels themselves are not capable of warp travel, but require some external stimuli to do so. We definitely don't have it. I'm guessing that because it's a search and rescue mission, that there was a call for help here. And the mentioned other warp nexuses can travel great distances, but they themselves cannot. Well, let's see what's on this planet. Looks like a ice or water world. The anomaly detected from orbit turned out to be a very weak distress signal from a group of reptilian scientists trapped in a crevasse. I love the picture of this. This must be us, the lander, surveying the planet over the mountains here. They identified themselves as Saurid scientists, whose survey vessel was damaged in a surprise attack. They have been stranded for some time and are running low on supplies. Promise to communicate their position to their fleet. They are extremely grateful and beg you to please hurry. Let's do it. Wow, that explorer traveled super far distance as quick as it could. What the heck? It was right next to us a few seconds ago and traveled 400 whatever the astral units away. What the heck, guys? You were right on target. You just turned around. I guess they must have seen us and were nervous that we were hostile and immediately fled. Not that I think we could take on their vessel. Stop flying away. We have news of who you're looking for. Hello. Hey, we've located your missing survey team. Transmitting coordinates now. This sounds extremely promising. Thank you for the service you have done to the Saurid Republic. Please accept these minerals as a token of gratitude. The planet where you located the missing team is one we had already passed by. Your detection capabilities must be more advanced than our own. Was there anything else you wish to discuss? A hint that our technology is at least better than theirs in some capacity. We have some questions about the races of this region. Which race in particular? We had some run-ins with the Chitech. The Chitech are a most difficult race. Like the insects they descend from, they seek to expand, swarm, and consume. Their ships are not as powerful as ours, but they make up for it in numbers. They have recently become more aggressive in this region. We believe they have established a forward base near 12.7 by -6.8. Most Lord captains think we should eliminate the base now, before the Chitech can reinforce their position. But our civilian government has not authorized it. On the other claw, if a third party were to destroy the base... I understand. We'll see what we can do. Please understand, I make no request of you. But if that base did not exist, things would be much easier for us. Tell me about this us you speak of. The Sorid mastered interstellar travel millennia ago, but we officially record history from the formation of our republic only 500 years ago. Since then, we have dedicated ourselves to the peaceful pursuit of science. We have, however, been forced to defend ourselves from the Chitech expansion. No more questions about that. Anything else you wish to discuss? Tell me about this region of space. What specifically are you curious about? What can you tell us about these ring gateways? We call them Nexus gateways. Unlike the Nexus wormholes that link some star systems together, they can be controlled to transport a ship to any other known galaxy. Supposedly created by the Progant, we have had little understanding as how they function, but we rely on them for trade and exploration. Who are the Progant? You may encounter massive derelict ships or strange artifacts on desert worlds. We attribute these to the Progant, although in reality we know little about them. We don't even know if they were a single race or many. We have never encountered them. Some historians believe that they were wiped out in a great war long before we took to the stars. This is not my area of expertise, but if they were wiped out in a war, what became of their vanquishers? Whoever they were, we have gained a great deal of technology from their remnants. No more questions about them. Was there anything else you wish to discuss? This reminds me a bit about the, what was it called? Star Control 2? Is that what it was called? I feel like that's the wrong name of the game. But maybe that was right. There was another space flight simulator game I'm thinking of. Where there were these, like, warp gates. And it was discovered, people began using them. And when they began being used, this race of, like, unapproachable, they wouldn't communicate with you aliens began showing up with much more advanced technology and began wiping out humanity where it found it, and another race that humanity had been fighting at the time. I think it might have been Star Control. I don't think it was, though. Oh, it's going to annoy me so much that I can't think of the name of it. I have it on GOG as well, and it's a free game, too, with some amazing, beautiful graphic mods to it to bring it up to more modern standards. It's not Star Control. It's a different game. Darn it! I can't think of the name of it at the moment. But I always thought that Mass Effect stole the idea, the main storyline from that game, because it's pretty much exactly the same. With how, what was the Giants? Man, for Mass Effect is another game I should probably talk about for a little bit. I never beat Mass Effect. I own the second one and never played it, and I won't buy the third after seeing what they did to the ending. I really liked the first one. I didn't see the plot twist, whatever it was. I conquered the Asari, like captain. I beat them, and then I think, what were they called? The reptiles, something gun, Trogan, Krogans. That's what they're called. I think I did that quest too, and I don't remember anything else about the game. And it's been a decade at least, I think, since I last had played it. Yeah, I don't remember it very well. I get the feeling that the very first mission you were on is supposed to be the giveaway as to the plot twist which occurs. In any case, this Progant sounds familiar, that this technology was left around, and as it's utilized, it begins to, like, be a warning that there's a race who is significantly scientifically advanced to utilize it, and they shouldn't exist for some reason or another. We would like to trade with you. I'll pass your request along to our government's trade minister. I should warn you that because of the nature of the Chitech conflict, they are wary of exchanging critical resources with non-allied parties. Was there anything else you wish to discuss? No, we'll be on our way. So heads up that you can accidentally bump into a ship and you'll damage it and yourself, but war won't break out if it's just like a single accidental strike. But if we were to begin opening fire on him, he would turn hostile to us and begin attacking us in return. All the others would also be hostile to us, and everything would remain hostile to us for like a few hours. If the more ships you wipe out, the longer that race will be hostile to you. But eventually, you can become peaceful with a race even if you fought with them for a bit. But some races will remain hostile forever. I was unable to get the Chitek, or Chitek, to, Chitek? Maybe it's Chitek. Unable to get the Chitek to communicate with, to be friendly with me, no matter what I tried. And this looks like another barren giant moon of some sort. It does call it a planetoid, not a planet. Nothing on it. Now, we could go back to this spot here and fly out here without a warp gate to explore that section. Maybe we should do that briefly. So let's go ahead and take that other warp gate back. We'll fly out there, we'll chat a little bit. And I'm going to quickly... No, I can't Alt-Tab. It's going to be weird if I try that. What was the name of that game? And why can't I remember it? I want to say it had the name Red in it. I might be thinking of one of the soundtracks from the game I possessed, though. Why can't I think of the name of it? It was the second in the series, which is also why I'm getting confused with. I think Star Control's the game I mentioned that's like a lot like this. Man, see, this is how often I play space games, but I do like them. Oh, we have hostiles. All right, let's deal with these first. And we'll try to punch out the scout and chase down that that cargo. Actually, we're gaining on the destroyer first. So we'll start blasting you. A heads up that if you leave the resources of a ship around, other ships will pick it up. So it's a good excuse as to why you might want to upgrade, for say, your tractor beam distance and strength to titanium. Let's get this guy too, and then we'll double back. Alright, sorry about that, but you have delicious resources. Ooh, and more than just one. What is that? Chirolite. More titanium as well? More titanium. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm gonna fly out to those two... Oh, maybe we shouldn't do that, because we're rather slow at this moment. Do we see what our speed is in space? It's 18 normally. No, we need more resources. How much gold do we have? I think we need more titanium as well. And we would be able to build another engine, which will go a long way in assisting the speed. It'll go a long way to helping us go a long way faster. I'll kill you. Take your stuff. Ooh, more enemies warped in. I just heard them, or something else did. We have another destroyer. Hello, Scout. You're gonna regret just zooming up here. Yes. Alright, let's get this thing destroyed too. And then we'll go back to the place we came from. In a way, it's good we came back here. We get a chance to show off some more combat. Combat against later enemies is amazingly difficult. At least on hard it was, until I began getting quite a few more research unlocks. You end up fighting, like, against a Chitek. An average group consists of maybe about, 10? 12 ships? Like, two of their cruisers, 5 destroyers, 6 or so frigates, and a bunch of scouts. And, oh, man, that is rough. And I don't think I found the toughest ships of theirs. On the higher difficulty settings, I believe the way it works is that enemies they do more damage, they have more life, and you fight more of them. I wish that was more configurable, and I could say, I just want to fight more enemies. But by there being more enemies, it gives you a chance to get more resources during the battles, of course. Okay, so we're back here again. Sorry for the slight deviation, everyone. Let's go to that other warp gate and take that. Why can't I not think of the name of this game? It's going to really annoy me to no end. And the worst part is you guys know what it is, or probably have already told me in the comments section, probably, of this video, and I couldn't tell you what it is. Why can't I not think of it? It's so annoying. So what other games have I played? So Tachyon the French, really like that one. I love the idea of the job board and grabbing jobs and trying to complete them, and how the games had these 2 factions. You got to choose which one you wanted to join at some point. I like the idea of you being able to hire a wingman in the game as well. I always try to keep them alive. I like the one girl who worked as like a tourist, if I recall correctly. A tourist? I'm sorry, a tour guide. In that game. Yes, some titanium. Is that neutronium? Chitic holes. Chitic holes seem to be composite of titanium. Oh, missiles. An organic molecule that might be grown. Very interesting. You can shoot down missiles, and they have a max range. Missiles do incredible amounts of damage if they hit you. And we can't save because there's enemies here. Thankfully, we're far enough away that missiles aren't going to reach us at this moment, but we're going to want to shoot down that enemy. Yep, see, you shoot them down. That 130, yep, that's the frigate. Woo, okay, we're gonna get you. Frigates are more lightly armored than destroyers and will take less hits, but they are armed with missiles. And again, if those hit, you don't want to be hit by one of those if you can help it. The game, and I love this, I was hoping the game did have it. So first off, you can shoot them down with your plasma, but the game also features flak in the form of, oh, darn it. I'm having some of my senior moments. What's it called? Point defense systems. God, I love the idea of those. And they look great. I really liked it. Look at this world. This looks like highly irradiated or filled with some sort of poisonous swamp. This purple area must have been designed by the people who worked on Dark Souls. Your movement is slowed down here and it poisons you the entire planet. Right, every single Dark Souls game has one of those in it, if I recall correctly. You hear that noise? That's another one of those small ships. And it was, and there it goes again. Oh God, destroyer. Ooh, I'm not paying attention to what I'm shooting at. Tim, you better keep moving too. Both scouts are dead. Oh, destroyer's coming back for us. I'll pummel it for a bit, but we're going to try to get away from it and go after this cargo carrier of theirs instead. Looks like it's heading to this planet. You're never gonna make it there. We're on to you. Ah, but no cargo, unfortunately. Empty. Must have been going to pick up some resources instead. We'll destroy your destroyer. Ha! More like destroyed. And a tiny bit of titanium for our trouble. Alright, let's see what this planet has in it. Desert world. And another one of the warp nexuses. Or nodes? Warp nodes? Something here as well. Let's see what's on the surface. Oh, looks like some sort of small base down here. The survey team easily locates the anomaly detected from orbit. Several chunks of scarred debris containing titanium and yttrium. Oh, actually, these must be supply pods then. Maybe this was like a drop-off point. Any markings ablated off during atmospheric entry, but metallurgic analysis shows that whatever it was made by a Starcom fabricator. Huh. So maybe other ships and star bases have been sucked into this area of the galaxy and are waiting us to find them. What do we have right now? 50 gold? 60 titanium. That will be enough for another engine, and I think we would do well to get one on our ship. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll take this back. Land. And then we'll go ahead and ask for another person, add another coin to the donation jar. I guess I should get that too, shouldn't I? There's nothing quite like the sound of hearing the coins clink into the jar, so why don't I go and get it? Oh, and Station Commander Miranda Pierce Price has something to tell us. So hold on one second. I'll be right back. I want to get that. I want to get a jar. Okay. Let's see. So that goes there. And we put $4 coins into the jar. There we go. And what new messages do we have? A screening of Dr. Coughlin's thesis on xenospecies will be shown in the C Deck High Lounge this evening starting at 2200. Due to supply shortages, coffee is now 2 ration credits. Oh, wow! Man. So if you want coffee, you get less food. Man. As someone who has coffee in the mornings and loves it now that I can actually drink it, oh man, that would be rough. I feel like I need coffee some mornings to help me get going. Let's see what the commander has to tell us. As your first officer transmitted your mission logs to us as soon as you were back in range, I just finished reviewing them. Looks like you found a non-hostile race and opened up a line of dialogue. Well done. Starcom Protocol has some strict guidelines on the amount of involvement we can have with non-allied races, but you're one in the field. Oh, you're the one in the field. What do you think? I think these are extenuating circumstances. If we ever make it back to Starcom space, you can say I did it on my own. I'm not leaving you out to dry. I'll trust your judgment and back you up. Was there anything else? Thank you, Commander. It's good to know you have our back. We could use more crew. You got it. Some fresh volunteers right out of training. Anything else? We found debris from a Starcom vessel during a survey. I saw that in your report. Maybe it broke off from the survey lander? I don't think so. Is it possible another Starcom vessel has been here? I'm unaware of any Starcom ship ever vanishing without a trace. If it's Starcom and it's not your ship, the most likely possibility is that Captain Lee and the Byzantium? Holy crap, I got it right! Got pulled in as well. Hope I did. And if you found debris but nothing else, that's not a good sign. If you find any other signs of a Starcom ship, let me know right away. Will do. Anything else? How's morale? Holding together. News of your discoveries are giving everyone hope, but nerves are still starting to fray a bit. That's all for now. John Chang? What can I help you with? That's all for now. Victor Pillman? Have you picked up that pod we brought in yet? No, I'm plagued with constant interruptions. Anything else? Nope, we'll get back to your research. We'll ask about the scar later. So let's go to research. Only 55 points. But this early in the game, we actually can unlock a few things with this. Let's grab this. Abstract applications. Concrete applications for some theoretical models, giving small bonuses to scanner range, repair rate, and energy reserves. Or is there something else we should take? Let's take this. Doesn't give us anything doesn't do anything for us, but unlocks some things in the future. In particular, I'm interested in advanced life support, since that reduces the chance we lose crew, and we can go to extreme survival to give even less chance of our crew dying out there on planets. We will, I think, without this, there is a good chance you will lose crew on some of the on the missions that you do. So we're gonna want this right away. Oh, I guess we could also grab this really quick while we are here. We have the points for it. Tractor beam splitter. Allows our tractor beam to track 2 objects simultaneously and increases its range and speed. That's just 10 points. We got 10 points laying around. Oh, we're not done yet. Shipyard. We don't have enough for an engine. We need another 34 titanium. All right, well, we did need the one more crew. At this point in the game, crew is really important. It's what helps repair your ship. And since we only have 15 of it, we got to be really, well, careful about that number decreasing at all. Let's go back to the last station we were at. And we'll explore these other planets. Hopefully we can get another 34 titanium from one of them without risking our crew too much. This planet is kind of far away and near another place, another sun we might want to go to later. So I think we will go there when we have a third engine to accelerate our obvious speed arrival there. When I was playing the game, I preferred having ships that had a speed of at least like 22 or 23. The fact that this very small ship of mine can only travel 18 AUs per second, that seems that's forever. That takes forever. We have a frigate here. Should take frigate, so this is going to be a missile launcher. That small ship just vanished again. We're unable to get close enough to it to make contact. Oop, there's another vessel. Let's go and deal with this too. Is it a scout? Is that another frigate? Another frigate! Alright, we'll destroy that too. Oh god! Oh! We took a hit. Took another one. But now we're close to them. I heard something else warp in. Probably hostiles. Gotcha. A destroyer, 2 scouts, and a cargo. Some more titanium and chirolite. Destroy these scouts really quick. Got you. Oh, well, that scout's going to get away. He's too far away now. We'll pummel the destroyer on the way to the cargo carrier. Darn it! I guess it would make sense that they don't have anything. They're warping in here probably to extract it from a planet's surface. Destroy it. Get it. Yes! Make sure there's any resources. Nope, no resources. We'll get you scout as well. Holy crap, go for that scout. Look at all the shots we missed. Thankfully, the second reactor is allowing us to keep our energy reserves high. Alright. Well, since we're close to this planet, I guess we'll visit this one. We'll roll around and get this planet and then take this warp node. Oh, something else warped in. A frigate. Which we have missiles. Thankfully, we're not in front of it, so it's not going to launch another one at us. Gotcha! We found another part of a missile launcher. By itself, it's not that enough to start research, but maybe if we could find additional components. We need, I think, one more missile launcher part. It wasn't until quite some time that I had gotten the 3 missile parts last time I played the game. Something on this planet? Looks like it's another barren... Yep, planet of some sort. On a high mountain, on this uninhabited ice ball, is a structure buried in ice and snow. Looks like it's a gigantic sphere. After careful defrost using the lander's thrusters, the team is able to enter. The structure was an automated observatory that has likely been abandoned for centuries. Judging from several records, it was part of a project to study the chemical composition of rare comets. Sadly, most of the data collected has been lost as equipment failed. One hard copy document has an interesting note. The translation reads, "Probe thruster failure confirmed. Likely unrecoverable. Projected dead stop at 20.3 by negative 22.8. Well, let's see, first off, if we have a quest. Lost probe. We found an observatory that lost a probe. Last known location marked on map. So here are 2 locations. I think this or this is the Chi-Tech Observatory. This one's 1271 by 7. This is the probe we just read about. And this must be the Chi-Tech base, or the Chi-Tech base. Also remember about Tachyon the Fringe. I remember when the first plot thing happens, that I had a great amount of fun flying through the training rings to get starting cash. It reminded... Oh, we got more hostiles. It reminded me of the training missions from the old X-Wing and TIE Fighter games. Now, there were some fun games, too. I owned them on GOG. I should see if I can play them again. I remember really loving the idea. I guess they might have been one of the first roguelikes I played, because when you lost a person, you permanently lost them, if I recall correctly. Oh, we're not catching you. You're faster than us. Alright. Come back for you. Later, scout. Let's pummel the destroyer a bit as we pass by. Just in case you have some resources, but I'm not expecting you to have any. I wonder if this means we're going to get a frigate popping up here in another minute or two. Since it seems to be a theme with the Chi-Tech. Got your friend. Now it's up. Now you're going to die too. Lost another crew though. There's a chance you lose crew whenever your ship begins taking damage. And the more damage you take, the greater chance it is that you'll lose someone. Alright, let's scan this planet. Something here. Looks like a desert planet of some sort. Class R planet. Ooh, look at this ruins here and the shadows. I really love the way that they did the light on these pictures and the cloud cover as well. On approach, heat plumes and seismic readings suggest this structure is some kind of mining facility. No life signs are immediately detected, although heavy dust makes visual and sensor observations tricky. Approach with caution. It seems that this is an automated mining facility operated only by low-level drones who ignore the team's presence. Deep bore drills bring yttrium ore to the surface, which the drones collect and process. Judging by the material composition of the equipment, this is a chit-tech facility. If this is automated, then we can come back here for yttrium later, collect to process yttrium, but leave the facility intact. The drones continue their slow operation, seemingly oblivious to the team absconding with the minerals. That must be why the cargo ship is here, to take some of that. Yttrium, though, is used for plasma cannons, and we don't need any more of those activated at the moment. We want engines, so we need more titanium. Well, let's take the next warp gate and see where this takes us. We should always try swinging past the sun, in case there's anything special with the sun in a new sector of space. A heads up that suns will damage you if you get too close to them. If we were to go right over the sun and park there, we would start losing hull. Some stars will damage you even at a far away range, and there are two suns in particular that I can remember which are extraordinarily dangerous to approach. There's a pulsar out here somewhere, which is amazing and extraordinarily dangerous. There's another purple star, which I recall correctly, which is God, it has a huge range, and you have to fly all around it, or you risk your ship being detonated. Two frigates. We have to shoot. Oh God! Down their missiles. Tim says as he doesn't do so. Thankfully, they arc rather lazily. All right, not bad. Frigate's destroyed. Oh, hello! That's the last part of the missile launcher we were missing. We can now research missile weapons back at the lab. 50 more points, too. Nice. We're going to hold off on that at the moment, though. We lost another crew member, also. More titanium. Oh, well, let's see what's here. An anomaly on this red world. There's some cloud cover here, so there is an atmosphere. Maybe this is all magma, maybe? Well, let's take a look. Could always recall the crew if it looks too dangerous. Oh, no! Really different picture here. Looks like there's some sort of race. People live here, judging from the entrances here. Scanners were unable to detect any indigenous life on this arid, rocky world, but a high plateau is riddled with tunnels. They do not appear to be the result of natural geographic activity. As the team approaches one of the tunnel openings, faint metal rattlings can be heard. Mining equipment just inside the entrance appears to be of chit-tech origin. Return the ship for now. I'm going to want some survival gear and better weaponry for my away team before I send them into that place. Was this the only planet here? Yep. We lost another crew, but I'm going to guess that there's another warp node at the next sector. So let's go there. And then we can head back to base and spend some of these research points we've acquired. Yeah, I played the original TIE Fighter and... what was it called? X-Wing games. I was a huge fan of the Y-Wing. I love the slow bomber. It was so great with the ion cannons and everything. Had a lot of fun with that. Oh, hello. What are you? Unknown trader. The waters were warm, and the pillow trays swam into our mouths when we Uluku first met you. They were delicious. By what name were you known? Are you asking who we are? I'm Jared Hiltman of Starcom. We were pulled into this region of space by a rift in space. How strange the way you came to these undeep waters. We had not seen your kind, but you gave us gifts, and we tried to help. What kind of gifts did we give you? We do not remember this part of our story. You filled in the gaps. It was the story, not the words, that mattered then. So gold is used for engines. We don't really, I think, want to part with that, or titanium at this moment. Let's give them platinum. We gave you a heavy load and the start of our story. Things for things, things for knowledge. What did we do when we swam together? I love the way that this narrates the meeting we are currently having with them. Things for knowledge. What stories did we tell you? A story from the Undeep. So if we want to get this story from them, we will need to give them 85 platinum. We have none currently available. They gave us 2 neutronium for our 10 platinum. All set on stories, thank you. So, Things for Things should pull up the trade menu. I think this is the first time we'll see it together. The Uluku have agreed to trade with us. So, the way this works is that all the different races value different types of resources at different rates. And every race has a different type of resource that is considered to be their main form of currency. Platinum is what the Uluku use as their main form of currency. For example, if we were to trade some of our Chirolite with them, we would gain platinum if we don't want to exchange for anything else. Or rather, perhaps it's wrong to call this their form of currency. Platinum is valued at 1. I think just a flat 1. So, for example, I would need to trade 2 Chirolite to gain 1 platinum because they value this at 0.7. If we had, let's say, if we have 2 neutronium, so if I was to trade him 2 of these, we could get back 5 of the platinum that we had originally traded for this 2 neutronium. In any case, we want more titanium. We want another 21 of this. Let's see if we can trade for some of this. Oh, alright, so we're not allowed to even put anything here. We have to at least, I guess this button isn't, as we can see, it's not grayed out or something like that. So we actually have to put up goods in order to even ask for goods from them. I think the traders will replenish the goods that they have if you take everything that they possess at some point. This trader will eventually get more titanium if we somehow were to take all 1,108 titanium that they currently own. So we're going to trade some of our yttrium. We'll trade 4 of it, and we want a bunch of titanium, right? We want 21 of it. We could even we could take up to 29 of it and still get 2 platinum from them as well. So let's do this trade. I'm going to trade 3 gold with them as well. Can I get 1 Chirolite? And maybe 9 titanium. All for now. Thank you. Alright, another friendly race. Neutral, not hostile, which is useful. Let's go ahead and explore these other planets. My brother Dave is an amazing space flight simulator pilot and loves trading in the games he plays. And if he's watching this, Dave, Dave, if you're watching this, honestly, you are amazing. I've never seen a player as good as you are in those types of games. For what's the Kickstarter that's been taking forever to come out? I backed it as well. It's some sort of space game. Ooh, we hear that small ship again. There it is. Swung by this planet, but did not come close to us. Let's go to these other two planets. So he's incredible at almost every single space game I've ever seen him play. He played this one game that I've been meaning to play and record called the Jupiter Incident, I think is what it's called. I think it's called Nexus, the Jupiter Incident, if I recall correctly. And it's an RTS type of game. And it's a very tactical game. But it's not an RTS game where you build like structures and what have you. It's more like a puzzle-ish type of game where you can take certain ships with you, outfit them, and then you do a mission with what you brought along with you on it. I hear that little ship again, but I don't see it. Look at this planet. A red dust ball of some sort. Something on the surface. Let's send someone down here. We'll talk more about my brother in a few seconds and why I mentioned it. Hold on. On a high... Oh, wow. So first off, look at this picture. That looks beautiful. All the pictures, I think, look really beautiful, though. Great job on the art in this game. The cloud cover is simply amazingly done. That is so breathtaking. Apparently there's some sort of, like, this looks like an old Greek ruin or something of the sort, based solely on the fact that there's pillars here. Roman. That's what I'm going to go with, because I'm not very cultured. But this looks like some sort of, well, obviously it's a ruin. I'm assuming it's some sort of maybe temple? On a high plateau on this desert world, the team finds the ruins of an old temple. It says so right there. Several bas-relief carvings in its broken stone tell a partial tale of those who formerly worshipped here. They served gods who had been cast out of the heavens in the War of the Morning Sun. Their gods had given them ships that could sail to other worlds on their behalf. There was a tantalizing description of a secret redoubt on a sunless world, but unfortunately with no details to place its location. A hint that there is some place out here, not near a star, which could contain some information in the form of technology or resources that we may be able to acquire. Oh, there's another planet? No, that's another fixed warp. Oh, we're missing a planet, though. Oh, hello! It's more of the Saurids. They're friendly. But I don't think they'll trade with us until after we have dealt with the Chitek. Oh, we could ask them about the Ulku, though. Well, it's too late now. We're passing them by. So let's go to this planet first. Oh, nice. And there is another one of these nodes, so warp nexuses. So we'll activate that on our way to this planet. Or we won't. What? Oh, that's interesting. It's not activating at all. Maybe there's something here we have to actually discover first. Something else on this desert planet. Mountainous, based on what we see right there. With some cloud cover on it as well. Whoa, look at the gigantic pillars here. Reminds me of the arc trees from Dark Souls. 3 enormous pillars of weathered rock stretch up into the clouds. Upon closer inspection, it appears that they were once part of a tremendous artificial structure, possibly a building or ceremonial relic. While its overall shape has eroded beyond recognition, seismic scanners reveal an entrance a few meters below the sand of the largest pillar. A flight of enormous stairs, each nearly a meter high, climbs for half a kilometer through the interior of the pillar before reaching a large vaulted chamber. At the far end is a large apparatus of stone and metal that looks like an orrery of a star system. There is a control panel covered with glyphs using the ship's translator. It appears it can be used to open one's eye. The translator is not sure about one's eye. Maybe we can find something that better translates this. Maybe we could learn more about this from the Ulku in the form of a story, or the Swords will have some information before we fiddle with this. Leave it alone. Have the team return to the ship for now. Unless maybe this is the eye it talked about. Maybe some of these fixed nodes only activate via something on a nearby planet. That's so far away, but without this being activated, we can't quickly go back home. Do we want to travel all the way back and call it a session? We've been playing for like an hour already. I can't believe it. But we've also explored 1, 2, 3, 4 star systems, I think. Yeah, I guess we'll double back home, get some crew, put an engine on this ship, spend some more research, and that'll do it for this episode. So I mentioned him because in him being my brother Dave, we're back to the topic of my brother Dave, since he was so incredible at the TIE Fighter game. I remember that in like I think a normal TIE Fighter, he was able to destroy like a Star Destroyer, I'm pretty sure, all with that singular ship. And I remember like a message being displayed that like Darth Vader himself would be told about how skilled he was or something of the sort. It was amazing. And in... Why can't I think of the name of the... I can't think of any game names that are star related at the moment. I really should. What's the name? Oh, I can't alt tab to look it up either, but it's a... I can't think of the name of it. The Kickstarter game. Why can't I think of the name of it? I haven't played it in a long time, and I backed this on Kickstarter as well. Oh, we have a frigate firing missiles at us. 2 of them. Ooh. Oh, come on. Ooh. We're just going to try to outrun these frigates. Which means we'll be fired at upon the entire time as we're trying to get away from these. We want that warp node. Okay, we're too far away from the missiles to reach us. Which is great, because we're not very accurate with our plasma turrets at shooting them down. Well, remember, you frigates later. Oh, and now they're turning and running, because they realize they can't catch us. Oh, not running. They're leaving us alone, though. Ooh, what the heck is that? It's a bunch of Chi-Tech. Okay, we'll go ahead and fight these guys before we head up here to that warp node, warp nexus. Look at all the frigates. They must have just warped in. So I think we'll let the frigates exist for a bit. Oh, although there's 2 destroyers here now, Tim. Can you handle 2 destroyers? Darn it, they're gonna get that, whatever that is that's left behind, that titanium, I think. Okay, good, they didn't. We grabbed 2 yttrium. Nice. Nothing else, that's more stuff, of course, we can trade with the Unku for more titanium to afford more ship modules. I'm thinking if we haven't taken any of it yet, we'll take a turn upgrade so we can turn faster with our research points, and we're going to absolutely take at least 1 point in increased survival for our away teams. How much research do we have? 200? 100. Oh, only 100. All right. Well, it's going to have to do. I definitely want another engine to literally speed this up a bit. It's a frigate that's here. Oh! I thought there was a second destroyer. I didn't realize there was a frigate and a destroyer. Star Citizen. That's the name of the game. Star Citizen is the name of the game. I think he was, like, for a little bit, like, the number 10th dogfighter in the world in that game, or something like crazy like that, if I recall correctly. He's amazing at these games. He's played tons of Freelancer, played Star Lancer. I remember when he played, he's forgotten some of the games that he used to play, but I remember him playing a game called Mantis a long time ago. I keep meaning to watch someone let's play through that game. I remember that there was a whole, like, plot involving insects that would, they're kind of like Cylons. They would look like normal humans. I remember this one dream sequence. Oh, I don't know if I can talk about it here up on YouTube. You guys are probably too young for me to mention what was in it. Adult stuff was happening, and then the girl's back would break open, and this insect would pop out of it and kill you. But it was just a dream sequence that your main character was having during the adulting that was ongoing then. Oh man. What are their space games? I'll have to write them down so I can mention them a little bit, but I've been tempted to record them. There was one game in particular I really loved. Wing Commander: The Darkest Dawn, I think is what it was called. A fan-made flight simulator game. Absolutely free. Looked gorgeous. A great throwback to the old space flight simulator games of like the mid-90s. And you could use a HOTAS with it. I don't think you could use a HOTAS and a thrust, though. More Chitek. We'll defeat these guys before we hit this place. But it was, oh man, it was great. And of course, my brother Dave was obsessed instead with Star Citizen. It was the only space game he wanted to play. And I keep telling him, like, there were all these amazing games just out there waiting for you to play them. Dave, play something different. Try it. And he's just not interested, which is such a shame. I guess it's going to be an excuse to talk about differences between me and him a little bit. So, Dave is what I will lovingly call, and it's a, darn you taking that, whatever that was. That was ours. It came, well, it was yours. It came from your ship, but we totally deserved it. Now, by the way, when a ship picks up something, you are not guaranteed that you will be able to pick up what it was that it dropped. Just a heads up. So, in other words, if a ship drops something like titanium or yttrium, and it picks it up, and you destroy that ship that picked it up, you might not get it after you destroy that second ship. So you want those resources before they claim them. Absolutely, 100% you want those resources first. Alright, let's go back home. My brother Dave is what I lovingly will call a graphics whore. The most important thing for him in video games is how good they look, which is such an alien concept to me. The thing that I care about most, the most important thing for me, would be the gameplay. Is it fun? If it's a grindy game, which I don't necessarily mind playing, how well hidden is the grind? Next is story. The story's gotta be good. And the sound can't be awful. I played a few games where the music is just, turn it off. Oh god, it's terrible. And the sound effects were awful too. But for me, gameplay and story are first. I don't care what a game looks like if those two things are fantastic to it. That's why I still like playing old games from the Commodore era, because of how great it looks and so on. Let's see. For new notices, reminder, Commodore Price will be giving an update on all major developments at 7 o'clock, followed by a brief question and answer. The research lab is in need of opticable. Check your junk drawers and closets. Research first. Oh, it's 80 for it. 80 for gyroscope control. I'd rather have, like, advanced life support. Oh, that's rough. Oh, this doesn't even reduce us losing crew during away missions. Reduces the chances of losing crew during combat. Away missions are still pretty dangerous. Let's grab this. There's something here that we want sooner rather than later now that I know it exists. That's fragment recovery. Slight increase in the probability of resources and artifacts being recovered from debris. In other words, from destroying asteroids and enemy ships. And here's Debris Harvester, which additionally increases that chance. But you're not told what that chance is, but I can tell you it is noticeable. You will want these upgrades. And if you like the combat, you're going to want these sooner rather than later, so this way you can gain resources from the combat you're doing. We have 75 points left, so... Oh, man. It's not enough for the gyroscope control. It's not enough for missiles. We can't take plasma venting, which increases the fire rate. Faster projectiles. Technically, that does improve accuracy. I think, though, we will grab Extreme Survival next. Allows our survey teams to land on planets with extreme environmental conditions. Now, I think, as a heads up, that the more research points that you spend, the tougher the enemies become. I've noticed now that the scouts, for example, are a little faster than us when they weren't before. So keep this in mind, I think, when you play. I don't know for a fact that's the way this works. It seems to be the way it works. But we'll grab this. Oh, so I will also say this. Assuming that you like a weapon system, every research is useful in that regard. If you like missiles, hold on, let me back up a bit. You will gain enough research points that you will be able to take almost everything. I beat the game without having researched everything to the fullest. In fact, I think I don't want to ruin some of the research that we'll get later on, but down this field, I only took 2 researches, this one and this one, and left the rest of this unresearched. But I had taken, like, all the plasma, most of the other researches were almost researched to full, or they were full by the time the game was done. I think you can't quite research everything, but you can get pretty close to researching the vast majority of what you want. You'll probably have to make a sacrifice on one type of technology that you just can't go all the way into, but feel free to experiment with the stuff early on. Like, if you think you might want missiles, you like the look of missiles, grab it. Put like 2 points in it, 2 or 3 upgrades, maybe even 1 entire rank of upgrades. See what you think of it afterwards. If it's something you want to further, put a few more points in it. You will get plenty of research in that regard. Any case, all this miscellaneous stuff is also useful. You might not think about tractor beams being so useful, but again, in combat, you really want your tractor beams to reach out and grab those resources before the enemy gets them. So having your tractor beams reach further and target more resources can be really handy. I think we'll have to wait on this, though, at the moment. We're going to hold on to this 20 points, in the hope we can get up to 80 when we come back here again for gyroscope control. Alright, so we have enough resources to put another engine onto the back of this thing. Let's do that. God, it's so ugly. Can I move these engines a bit? Okay, that's acceptable. Unless we have a blueprint? Nope, can't. I have no future blueprints we can currently use. Let's leave the station. Oh, nope, let's not leave the station. Let's first talk with Commander. We could use more crew. That means 2 more coins into the donation jar. That's all for now. I guess we can play for a tiny bit longer. What's our speed now? It was 18. Oh, yes, 24. Holy crap, that's quite an upgrade. An increase of 1/3 of our total speed. Now, because this is extra drained on our energy, using our engines and firing will drain us more often. But still, that's quite an improvement. I think we can probably come back here and now explore these planets and that star. So let's do that. Ooh, I heard Chitek warp in. Friendlies warp in too, occasionally. But for the most part, when I hear that, I think of hostiles. Ooh, the game's a little choppy, so I'm going to probably have to quit. This is an issue with my recording software that sometimes perhaps makes things a little choppy. What are you? You're a cargo ship. I will let you putz about, and we'll get you later. Let's you maybe go and grab some cargo. Yeah, I'm going to want the ability to rotate our ship faster. We should then grab another weapon upgrade of some sort for our lasers. Or our plasma cannons, sorry. And then we're going to be interested in getting more resources. One of my off-duties is maintaining the ship's mission log of planetary surveys, discoveries. Okay, so this is just telling us about we can filter and look through all the mission logs and what have you to see what was said at certain points. Which I described, I think, in the last video. Really quick, Tim, is there any other space games you can mention? I liked Freelancer. I played that game quite a bit. Actually, but I say quite a bit. Maybe like 20 hours, but I didn't really get anywhere. I was so obsessed with exploring. I would set a series of nodes, so like an asteroid field, and then hit all of them while looking for derelicts to shoot, and then grab the gear that I might find in them. It was a lot of fun. I would put on some music or a podcast, and I would go for a few hours. My brother Dave, that is big into being a merchant. He likes getting like the biggest type of cargo ship he can, like a tanker, and just grabbing a bunch of materials, looking at his trade routes, figuring out what gets sold where, and delivering it. I'm more of a light ship who goes out and explores. Another reason why I like this game so much, that feeling of exploration is, they got it really correct in this game. I love it. And maybe now... Oh, the cargo ship's gone. It teleported. Okay, well, good. It must have entered the warp gate there. I think, everyone, because the game's a little choppy, we will go to this planet, and then we will call the session. We'll go to the star system we see up there. Oh, and another planet. We'll go to those in the next, actually, this was a little closer. I guess we'll visit both these planets after all. We did research an upgrade, which the farther we are away from planets, the faster we will go, which helps us for things like going from here to here, or going from, like, oh wow, this is really choppy. From that warp node to the planet. You know what, everyone? This is a little too choppy. We are going to stop here, I think. We'll get one more planet. We'll get this one planet, and then we'll call. Actually, it's kind of stopped. Maybe we'll get this node. No, I don't like how choppy it is. We'll get just one planet, everyone, and then we'll call the session. And this looks like a foam ball of some part. Like you could squeeze this like a stress ball or a meatball. Let's see what's on the meatball planet. It's a planetoid, so it's not quite a planet. Nothing on it. All right, everyone. So we will stop here anyway. Thank you guys for watching. When we come back, we'll keep exploring this galaxy together, and I will see you guys then. Take care, everyone.